Hi guys, it's Katya, and I really like the topic this week. I think it's fantastic. Thank you, Nikki, and I'm sorry that it is January 2nd instead of January 1st, which means that I'm a day late, but I had work and it was my sister's birthday, so I hope you can all forgive me. And I also hope that all of you make a video, even though the schedule was a little messed up this week because the topic is wonderful, I think. So, I'm going to shake up things a little bit because the whole how did we meet thing, I pretty much met you all the same way, and that was sitting at the table at lunch. So that's a pretty boring first memory, and so I'm not going to include it. Instead, I'm just going to do two things that I love about you, and then two memories that um, are my favorites. And yeah, so Um, Lauren is first. I'm going down the list. And um, so, yes, the first thing that I love about you, Lauren, is your boundless enthusiasm towards most everything. I have never met someone who gets so excited at most things. Like something that someone else would find small or unimportant is something that you really like. You get thrilled about it. You're like, yeah, I'm so excited. Let's do this. And I think it's wonderful because I think that's all how we should live our lives. And if more people had that, um, the world would be a much more exciting, fun place to live. So you should go spread that around a bit. Okay. And the second thing that I love about you is um, how interested you are in your friends. Some people just are friends with others because they just want company and they're not really interested in the person as themselves. But you are not like that. You are genuinely interested in each person that you call your friend. And I think it's wonderful because, speaking from my experience, when I had trouble opening up to people, it was good to know that at least if I had wanted to, you wanted to hear what I had to say and you actually cared about it. I think I would have been much less willing to open up if I thought that you didn't care at all. So I think those are two wonderful traits to have, and you are a wonderful friend to have. And then two memories that I have of you are when we were at the lunch table and you were reading the Harlequin, and there was a scene in it that was not necessarily appropriate for our age group, and you were just so embarrassed. I thought it was adorable, and you were like blushing, and we were all just mocking the scene, and it was just really funny. Feed Anita. So that is one of my favorite memories. And then another memory is actually quite recent, and it's when you were telling me at Tempe Marketplace about how you want to be a singing doctor. And I think that's fantastic because not only do you have a wonderful singing voice, but you are also kind enough to pull that off. And I don't know, people sing to plants to make them grow, so why not sing to people? Um, so I expect to see your face in the newspaper at some point. Um, Lauren Skinner, first singing doctor. Okay, make that happen. Um, Next is Nikki. Um, there are so many things that I love about you, but one of them, if I had to choose, would be how loyal you are to your friends. Even though we may annoy you like a lot all the time, um, you still stick with us anyway, and um, not many people do that. And it means that at the end of the day, you're just going to have a lot of friends, and I think that's wonderful. Um, and so I think it's an admirable trait to have. And then another one would be how honest you are. As someone who has trouble telling people if they bother me, I admire that you are able to do that. Just go up and look someone in the eye and tell them what it is that they're doing that irritates you. And you don't do it in a way that is standoffish or belligerent. You just do it so that they know. And it's really effective and they stop doing it. And I admire that a lot. So, yes. And then one of my favorite memories is when we went to that street by Milano's. I don't know what it's called. Um, and we were looking for a place to eat, and we walked into this bar restaurant called Monsterland, and the lobby was all creepy and it had cobwebs and some weird looking mannequins or whatever. And immediately when you walked in, you were like, God, yeah, I can't go in here. It's scary. We have to find somewhere else to eat right now. And then, as you were freaking out, this guy came in with two children that could not have been older than 5, and they were all excited and they just like skipped off down the creepy hallway, and he was like, it's karaoke night, and he just ran after them, and you were just like unwilling to go down that path that 2 5-year-old children had gone down 2 minutes before. And I thought it was hilarious. And we did not end up eating at that restaurant, so for all we know, it could have been the best restaurant ever, but because it was too scary, that's okay because I had a good time. And then another of my favorite memories is when we went trick-or-treating, not this year, but last year. And we were dressed up as ketchup and mustard. And this drunk guy, we kept running into him like 5 times. And at one point he like leaned out of his car and he was like, so are you guys like peanut and peanut butter? And that was just drunk people, Nikki. It is a reason why you shouldn't become that intoxicated. So I think that next year we should totes dress up as peanut and peanut butter, whatever that means. And okay, so next is Farrell. One of the things that I love about you is how funny you find most everything. Especially books. Like Lord of the Rings, you're sitting there and every other line you start laughing and you find something funny about it. And Caitlin, it is not a funny book. It is not meant to be a funny book. It is long and tedious and for most people hard to get through, but you somehow manage to find something that is hilarious to you within almost every line. And I find it funny that you find it funny. So that is one thing I love. And I also love how much you read because most of my friends don't read at all. Like Casey won't even touch a book. Marky wouldn't go within a 5-mile radius of one. But you have always been like a really big reader, so we can talk about it. We can discuss books. You're my English teacher buddy, you know? Like you're the one that shares sort of my life goal-ish thing, and I appreciate that. And 2 of my favorite memories would be 1, when we ditched Spanish to go to the library and learn sign language. Like, I don't understand how that's different, really, from learning Spanish. It's pretty much the same as learning another language, but whatever. So we went to the library, and then Joseph showed up, and it was pretty much a party, and then the librarian yelled at him for being too loud because he was yelling about the Grand Canyon or something. Strange boy. So that was fun, and I'm glad I took your ditching virginity among many other virginities of yours. And then, and I bet you could guess where this is going, but my absolute favorite memory of you, which trumps every other memory that I have of you, is when we were at Marky's party, and you were like laying on top of me, and you stole my glasses from off of my face. And so like my hands went down where I thought your hands were, and I was trying to like grab my glasses, but I ended up just like full on feeling you up. And then we both freaked out. You were like, God, yeah, you totally just felt me up just now. And I swear it was an accident the first time. But so I thought that was hilarious. And I do not feel guilty one bit for feeling you up, Caitlin, because you deserved it, because you stole my glasses. So that is my final verdict. And next is Hannah. Let's see. One thing that I really love about you is how compassionate you are. I don't think it's necessarily dwindling isn't the right word, but I think it is rare to find these days. And so I think that it's a fantastic trait to have, and I think that you should, and you will definitely keep that forever. I think that being able to not only sympathize with other people's pain, but feel it yourself is something that um, everyone should do. And it's, it shows strength. And then the other thing is how you are a fantastic listener. I think that a lot of people don't know how to listen these days. Um, these days are dark, my friend. But I think that it's a very useful and fantastic thing to be able to do because people have a lot to say, but a lot of times we don't hear it because we're not good at listening. But you are, so you will hear it. And I think that's wonderful. And two memories are when we went to Relay for Life in ninth grade, and I think it was just after I had had that disgusting black coffee without any cream in it, and we like went on the blanket and we started throwing Cheerios every which way, and we started screaming about everything that we hated in life. And I think at some point, like it wasn't even we didn't hate those things. It was just anything that popped into our head. We would scream out, "I hate vacuum cleaners," or "I hate toast," or whatever. And it was a great stress reliever. So it was fun. I liked it. And then another memory is when we watched The Secret Window, and you got mad at me because I guessed the twist like 2 minutes in, and then you went to rant to your mom. And then when you came back, you didn't even tell me that I guessed the twist correctly. You just had this straight face, and you were like, "Okay, let's watch it now." Ha ha ha. And I thought it was funny. And yeah, and then last but not least, Katie. Let's see. I love that you you're really fun to be around. I think it's your sense of humor because it's this dry, witty, British sense of humor, and I think it's fun. Um, and so it's really fun to be around you because almost whenever I get within like a 2 foot radius of you, I have to start laughing because you're just funny. You're a funny person. And one other thing is how you are genuinely a sweet person. Even though like your humor is sometimes sarcastic, which of course is the British way, and I think it's hilarious, um, it doesn't affect the way that you are genuinely kind and sweet. And I love that. And with all of your wonderful traits combined, Lauren, Nikki, Farrell, Hannah, and Katie, I could not have picked better friends. So, and then my two memories of you are I don't actually like we first semester of ninth grade was really fun when we had Mr. Jones's class together because we got into some crazy shenanigans. Um, but um, I think I stuck chewed gum on your arm or something, and then you like moved to the opposite side of the room, which I do not blame you for because it was pretty dickish of me to do that. And I think that maybe if you were to somehow get that DNA off of your arm, it might be worth something someday if you're going to sell it. So yeah, and then my last one is Russian Katya. You basically bring out Russian Katya. I cannot do it if you are not there. So ever since we went to different schools, I have not brought back Russian Katya because I just can't because you're not there and she misses you. So yeah, those are my things. How long is this video? Let's see. Ah, that's long. Okay, so I'm pretty much done. I really enjoyed this topic. I thought it was great, and it reminded me of how much I loved you guys and how beautiful you are. So, um, yeah, I have nothing else to say. So I hope you had a great New Year and a great break. Yeah.